You may be seated.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
This is the case of Vaughn versus Williams.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone.
Good day.
Ms. Vaughn, you are here to prove to your husband, Mr. Williams, that he is the father of your 1-year-old child, Connor Williams. You say the only reason the two of you got married was because of the pregnancy, and now that you filed for divorce, he refuses to be a father. Now, you're also suing the defendant for $1,275 for daycare expenses. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
All right, Mr. Williams, you say you got married under false pretenses and claim Ms. Vaughn only used you for your money. You also believe Ms. Vaughn has a secret sugar daddy and had that man throughout your entire relationship, and he's the real father.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Vaughn, tell me, what has Mr. Williams done for Connor?
Brian hasn't did anything for him. The only thing he has done was buy 2 cases of diapers and furnish 2 outfits when he was a newborn.
And the child is 1 year old?
Yes, and he watched him while I was at work for a couple of times, but it's not enough of a month full of
Your Honor,
Sundays.
that is not true. I've done much more
It
than
is
that.
true.
You cannot, you can't put a price on how much a man can support his child.
Yes, you can.
No, you
Pray for
cannot.
it every day.
Mr. Williams, you say you have supported this child.
Yes, of course.
He's 1, but you're also saying now, I've supported him, but he's not mine.
Yes, I did, because
Get
it
it
was
straight.
based on a love and a belief that I was being married to Miss Vaughn.
So, Ms. Vaughn, were you in a relationship, a committed relationship
We
when you
was
got
dating.
pregnant?
Yes,
You were
we
just
was in a
dating.
committed relationship.
You were boyfriend
Yes.
and girlfriend.
Yes.
You get pregnant.
Yes.
But you
Yes,
also
he agreed.
say, Mr. Williams, the only reason you married her is because you thought this baby was yours.
Yes, Your Honor.
But now you have doubt.
Yes, she's presented with a lot of
Makes
doubt.
sense.
Brian was defending her honor after people on campus let him know that that was not his baby.
Brian knows that he's Connor's father.
I didn't even
period.
know her.
So who
I
are
didn't
these,
meet
who
her
are these
until
people
after
on? Hold on, one at a time. You say you had people telling you she was promiscuous and she was having sex with other people and the
Yes,
child may not
because-
be yours?
Because I did disclaim that at one point she was putting me in the doghouse, so it gave me a lot of free time to not be with her. And by the doghouse, I mean
Brian's
we were
lying,
not
Your
being
Honor.
intimate. We were not always together.
Brian's lying.
For days at a time.
Did you have doubt, Mr. Williams, when you married her?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, I had my doubts. No,
You
because
did.
I-
But in
because
the
it's
court
always been-
papers, you said you were pressured to marry her.
Yes, Your Honor.
At
Nor
first,
her mother.
my thought was it was just 2 young people making a decision about what they were going to do based on the pregnancy. And so I requested to meet her mother because I couldn't believe that a parent would be in support
When did you find out
of
Centauria was
this.
pregnant? 'Cause your son
And
did
so
it.
his father and I requested to meet her. We actually went to her house. And after having the discussion with her and she shared with us, then the next step was for them to get married because her grandchild, she never said their child, her grandchild was not coming into this world a bastard. So at that point, we realized that she was the one driving the bus on this relationship. And along the way, I've tried to realize who's been pregnant, who got pregnant by Brian? The daughter or the mother? Because she's been running the whole time.
Did you pressure Mr. Williams, your daughter, to get married?
I raise my children. If he's good enough to lay with, you need to get married. No premarital sex. I raise my children in the church. And that's the way that the church has taught us. I married my children's father. And I expect my children to marry whoever gets them pregnant or not to have sex until they get married.
And so you're saying, yes, these are my beliefs. I believe
These
if
are
you
my
get
beliefs,
pregnant.
and I'm gonna put it out there.
And so,
How that worked?
bottom line is, you're admitting, yes,
I'm sorry,
I
you
did
couldn't
tell
marry
them.
yours because you have.
You kicked your son out the house and
Yes.
you don't support him, so I don't understand why you're pretending like you support him.
Why?
It takes 2
Hush.
people to have sex. I think
Exactly. You
it
should have
takes
taught
2
him not to
people
have sex until he
consent.
was married. But I'm sorry, you was never
Miss
married.
Boyd, Miss Boyd, stop. Don't.
Well, I
Why are you
think
telling
that's
her she should have taught her son to
Bam.
not have sex?
Thank you.
When your daughter's having sex with
Thank
him.
you.
Exactly. She's
Thank
not
you.
the only one that fought here, and he's not the only one that
It is clear that both of them
fought. Correct.
were engaging in activities they were not prepared to see through. when they were
Well,
faced with the
I stepped up to the
consequence.
plate and took care of my responsibility, so I wasn't prepared then, but I'm prepared now.
Well, look,
Your son's supposed to do the same thing, and he's not doing it.
That's
You
what
know
you're
your son's
supposed
not
to,
doing
and
it.
when
So
you
you can
raise
sit
your
up there and
voice,
act
you
like
one
you
at a
do it,
time,
but
one
he's
at a
not
time.
responsible.
Let's get some order. We're getting through this thing. Because ultimately, I see you all want to go back and forth and just jab one another with insults. At the end of the day, we're trying to do this for Connor.
Yes.
There is a question as it relates to
Yes.
his paternity.
Yes.
And it's affecting his life
Yes.
because he's one,
Yes.
and the man that you say is his biological father is saying, I don't believe I am.
Yes.
And you know what? At one, a baby recognizes their father.
Yes.
Yes.
They call for their father. Usually one of the first things they say.
Yes.
Does he say Dada?
Yes.
Does he mean Mr. Williams when he's saying it? Is that who he's talking about?
He doesn't know his father.
So how does he even know the word?
Because Brian acted like he was the father up to a couple of months ago.
Okay,
Well,
so you're
Papa
saying
Bear
he
can,
was
like, he
present
can
and then a
talk
couple
Papa.
months ago just started backing off.
Yes. I mean, don't get it wrong. Even when he was there, he still wasn't furnishing any revenue. It was just him sitting there.
Playing his PS4.
Not watching. And his mother can attest that he just sits there and plays on the electronics while he's watching Connor.
But she
so
may
it's not
lie
like
now.
he was there, his shell was there, but he wasn't taking on the father role.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. In Mr. Williams' court papers, he alludes to the fact that he thinks you have a sugar daddy. What is this all about?
He is one of my childhood friends, and when I called and told him that Brian was not taking care of his responsibilities, when I was short on a couple of things and I couldn't call and ask Brian for it, he made sure he was there for it. He has never once said that he was Connor's father. He's always trying to get Brian to step up to the plate and be a father.
Mr. Williams, you say she's got a sugar daddy. What is this all about in your mind?
It was a phone call that I received, and it just pretty much took me over the edge. I'm not sure how he even obtained my number, but he was telling me to babysit. Well, why would I be babysitting my child? So he told me to be there babysitting.
This man is telling you when to be there to take care of your child?
Yes,
Because Brian,
Wait a minute. Who is this person?
it's her Papa Bear. That's her nickname for him.
Papa Bear.
Yes.
How do you know that?
I've retrieved evidence from her Facebook account.
Jerome, will you hand me his evidence, please? And you say she calls him Papa Bear.
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do? Well, all right. So this is an exchange between Miss Vaughn and Papa Bear. Miss Vaughn says, I think he should get a DNA test. And then Papa Bear says, see? This next message you see says, Lil Connor will be calling me daddy by next month.
Insinuating that he's not calling him daddy right now because that's not his father.
So you're reading these Facebook messages and you've got your wife calling a man Papa Bear. They're going back and forth on Facebook. And he's saying by next month the baby will be calling me daddy, and you're reading messages about somebody needing to get a DNA test. And you're feeling like this all is pointing to you and the fact that you may not be Connor's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So did you confront Ms. Vaughn and say, what are these messages and who is this person?
I've tried to contact her. She started blocking my number when
Yes.
I would ask about, her relationship. When I was coming over to her house, that they're already there, not dressed, and claiming that it's just a regular friendship.
Wait, when you come over to Ms. Vaughn's house, what, to
To-
see Connor?
Yes, ma'am,
Then
because
Papa Bear and Ms. Vaughn are there and they don't have any clothes on?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's incorrect. Don't lie. Don't lie.
Ms. Vaughn, I'm asking you this respectfully. Have you been intimate with Papa Bear? Is it an intimate relationship or just best friends?
We are an intimate relationship.
Oh, you are in an intimate
But
relationship.
she's still married, though, and he's the father.
Oh, we're stuck.
You get it from your mama.
No, you get your behavior from your mother because
but we've
you all
never been
don't
on
know
31st
anything
Street.
Hold
about
on,
my
hold
household.
on, hold on.
Let's get it correct,
Hold
sir.
on.
Brian,
Ms. Vaughn, I want to be clear. You're still married to Mr.
we're
Williams.
separated, yes.
You're separated from
Legally.
Mr. Williams, but you are intimate with this Papa Bear guy.
Yeah.
So you understand then, if he reads these messages and knows that you're intimate with this man, can you see why he would have doubt?
Yes.
Ms. Boyd, what I want to understand is, because I see you, you've got so much negative things to say about Mr. Williams, this. You know, in hindsight, do you regret making your daughter marry him? Because you the one set this up.
Okay. When she brought this nothing home, I said, why are you bringing him home? He's a project. She said, that's Brian being Brian. No, he's a project still to today.
Hold on, Miss Boyd. I want to understand this because you're so angry, and yet what I'm saying is that you encourage them to get married.
I wish that I wouldn't have dogged him like I did because it drew her closer to him. If I would have listened to everyone else and said, no, just let it ride, because she's going to smarten up and she's going to ditch the loser. But I kept on saying, Tori, he's a project.
So, Ms. Vaughn, in addition to the paternity issue, you also say you have spent close to $2,550 in child care expenses for this year that you say Mr. Williams has not helped you out at all. You're suing for half of those expenses, which is $1,275 for daycare. Do you have any evidence that you brought to court to validate those expenses? Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So these are the receipts for child care.
Yes, for Connor Williams, his daddy's last name.
All right. So this is 3 months of child care pretty much.
And I get no government assistance, so it's straight cash.
That you're having to pay to make sure your child is able to go to child care, presumably so you can go to work or school or whatever you have to do.
Right.
Mr. Williams, this is $2,550. You know a child has to have someone to care for it. She's saying she's been paying out this money so she can go to work, but you aren't working. Have you helped her with this $2,550? Or have you at least said, while you're working, I will watch him so we don't have to incur this expense?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have done. Which one of them have you done?
I was coming to her house.
In the last 3 months, have you come to her house to watch the child?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has he been there?
Out of those 3 months that he's been in child care, he watched him for 2 weeks. But there's 4 weeks in every month, 4 times 3.
So for 2 weeks, he did watch him. But for the $850 that you've paid per month for the subsequent months, he hasn't helped watch him.
No.
Your Honor. Now she's saying that nobody helped her with child care, but I offered, and she has yet to call me.
She received my money.
She was paying that
She was taking
child
it.
support money.
I was giving her my money.
She never
I was giving my
called.
mother my money while I was standing in Frankfurt.
He did.
And
It was
you know what she
$40
did?
twice. $40.
It was not
That's
$40 twice.
Yes,
it
it
was
was.
way more than $40 because
How much
it even
was it,
shocked my
Brian?
mother.
How much
One at a time.
It was even shocking
One
my
at a
mother
time.
that I was
Mr.
giving
Williams,
her
what
this
are you
much money.
testifying
How
to?
much money?
I was testifying to receiving her money, and then she was going and calling me back that she was using it to go partying with.
Okay, so I'm gonna break some things down to you so you won't think I'm just one of these people spending his money on stuff. Connor is not on government assistance anything. I pay for child care, health care, lights, water, phone bill, car insurance, and anything else. So if he only sends me $60, what is that to anything?
It's $60,
Right.
but it's subtracted from
Right.
the amount that
right.
you...
So his $60 is putting it to the pool of bills.
Did you admit to him that the money he gave you spent partying?
Yes.
Okay, so you did. You spent the money he gave you partying.
Because that.
All right, let's go to the results, Jerome.
Okay, whatever. Get the results.
Let's go to the results. Ms. Vaughn, I don't know why you're so cavalier. Whatever, get to the results. What is that? What is that about?
Because
I'm just being honest.
Right.
You're the one in paternity court.
Right.
I mean, it's almost as if you've taken on such a victim mentality that you're forgetting, as a young woman, the only reason you're here is because you did it to yourself. Because it's the truth.
You're right.
Because you done got in here and you whatever, whatnot, this, you breaking it down, you got so much mouth. A woman that's got that much mouth got enough sense to know when you go look at a young man like this, if I lay down with him without no protection, I'm gonna be on my own.
Woo!
You know what I'm saying? Look, because I try to get Mr. Williams to just get one thought together today. It's been tough. So, you're the one said it was your boyfriend. So you got a lot to say today, but, baby.
I made my mistake. We all make mistakes.
Baby.
I made them.
Okay? So sometimes you need to know when to just be humble and and be quiet.
Right.
And that's what she's doing.
You're right. You're right.
So with that said, let me get you all these results so we can figure out how to get this baby the mother and father that he deserves. These results were
deserve
prepared by
him. No,
DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. Do you want to watch Paternity Court on TV? Go to paternitycourt.tv to find your local listings. In the case of Vaughn versus Williams, as it pertains to 12-month-old Connor Williams, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Williams, you are the father.
Pay the lady. Pay the lady. Pay the lady.
Mr. Williams, you are the father.
Yes, Your Honor.
You are the father. You're going to have to raise that child together. You're going to have to help be responsible for him, care for him, and your lack of bonding with him because of whatever your doubt was, that's time he's lost when he could have had the love of his father. Today is about how do we move forward. We got the truth. This baby is here. He's one. That's his father. You've got to take care of the child. You owe her. She came here saying, for 3 months, I've spent $2,550. I've been paying for childcare for this child so I can go out and get money that I need to take care of the child. You're responsible for half those childcare expenses. So for that reason, my judgment is for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,275. You owe her that. Y'all got a lot to think about, a lot to work out. We have resources and counseling for you. Take advantage of it. Get this anger out, these chips off of your shoulder, and get on the big picture. This little boy, beautiful little boy, he deserves better than this. I wish you all the very best of luck. Court is adjourned.